Everyone, it's Cheryl, and today I am coming to you with a video. I'm going to start a miniatures project. I haven't done one in a long time. I'm still trying to center my everything here because it all seems crooked when I look in the little view thing up there, little screen. And what I'm going to do is today I'm just going to give you the basics of what we're going to need to do this little project. It's going to be cheap, easy, affordable, and that's, a good thing. So let's get started, and I will try to keep this straight. First thing I have here in front of me is a picture frame. I've already taken the glass out, and I've already removed, there's had those little metal things on the back to hold the pictures in, and I already took a pair of pliers and removed those and removed the glass. We will be using the glass, so you'll want to save that. Be careful when you're taking it out because those metal things are sharp, and so are the edges of the glass. And then the back of it, I'm just going to keep because it's heavy. It'd be good to use for some other things, and it's got these little hangers on it, which I'm hoping I can take out and reuse on another project. So there won't be a lot of waste to this. And I guess I should tell you what we're going to be making. We're going to be making, it's a little room box, but it makes a really cool centerpiece for the holidays. I'm going to be doing mine in a Halloween theme because I like Halloween, and I've done one before like that, and it turned out really, really cute. So that's what I'm going to do, but you can make yours whatever you want. My picture frame came from the dollar store, and I bought 5. You can also use 4, and as we get into the project, you'll see what I mean. This is just a lightweight, really cheap plastic frame from Dollar Tree, so the total cost in the frames was $5. So that's, quite a savings. You can certainly buy the wood ones. You can, if you want, and I'll let you know what you can do with those to, make them really sturdy when we get into the project. These I have found are just fine. And like I said, I want this to be affordable so almost everyone can do it. So $5 for 5 frames or $4 for 4 frames, whichever you choose to use. That's not a whole lot there. And I've used an 8x10 because when we make the little scene, the little setting, 1/12 is the most common scale for miniatures, as most of us hobbyists know them. And so this will be, it's an 8x10, so it will be a 10 foot by 8 foot high little room setting when we're all done. I saw this in a magazine years and years ago, a miniatures magazine. I used to get those, and I cannot remember who did them, and I wish I could because I would love to give credit where credit's due. This is not my original idea, but it's a really cool one, and it's going to make a really cool project. Okay, then I bought, also at Dollar Tree, I bought a couple of sheets of just the foam core, and you can see it's got a foam core in between what's basically really thin. I mean, these are really thin anymore if you don't go by the really good grades, which you can do. But what I found with this one is when you put it into the frame, and we'll be using this, I cut this to fit, and when you put it into the frame, you really have no gapping on the edges. See, it doesn't stick up above the edge of the frame. Well, that's what I want. So again, $2 for the foam core, and now I've got $7 into this project, which really isn't a whole lot. And aside from whatever miniatures you put in, because I plan on making most of mine, and what I'm going to be using is, besides this, is some polymer clay, some scrapbook paper, possibly, and just this and that I have laying around that is going to work for the scene I'm going to be doing. So not a lot of cost so far, and then the rest will just be the tools that you're probably going to need. You're probably going to need a pair of scissors of some type. If you like the smaller pointed ones, that's fine. If you want to use the bigger ones, Tim Holtz, whatever you've got, just a pair of scissors. E6000. I glued 3 of these frames together about a month or so ago just to see if E6000 would hold them. Now a lot of times on your lighter weight plastics, E6000 will kind of melt the plastic on some things, and it does melt Tyvek too, by the way. I found that out when I was doing a journal and wanted to E6000 my Tyvek in. It kind of crinkled it up a little bit, so I'm assuming there was a little melting process or something going on because of the chemicals in the glue. But I've had these 3 frames together They have been bumped, bounced, had stuff, sat on it. They're still together. So E6000 will definitely hold these really cheap, lightweight plastic frames. I'm confident it will hold your project together. Or I wouldn't, that's kind of why I waited too. I really wanted to check the durability. And I just left it lay around. I didn't really, and I mean, like I said, I bumped into it. I got bounced around. It fell off of what I had it sitting on, and it held. So I'm confident this is going to hold the project. And if you don't want to use E6000, I'm sure Quick Grip, anything like that is, going to work the same. But you need a good strong glue. Next thing you're going to need is a hobby knife. And I have a set of them because I'm a Menards big card holder, and on your birthday they give you a free gift, and this was just my free gift one year. But you can just use a plain X-Acto knife. You don't need to go out and buy anything fancy or anything like that, just as long as you have a good sharp blade, and we'll be using that to cut the foam core. Next, you're probably going to need a hot glue gun. I mean, I'm sure we're going to use it at some stage in the process. And I have, those of you who used to watch my old channel, I have a love-hate relationship with my glue gun, but I will be using it. So a glue gun would be a good idea. Crafting mat, of course, if you have one. If not, parchment paper works well. Things don't stick to that, I found. Wax paper, whatever. Just something to cover your table that your glues probably aren't going to, adhere to. A cutting mat would be helpful, but you don't need to go buy a cutting mat. You can use, whatever you have on hand that you can cut on that's not going to get ruined. Like maybe you have a countertop on your workspace that's, you won't cut into or it's old, you don't care. This is a really old cutting mat. It's got warped from a heat gun. I used to use it for sewing, but it's not exactly in the shape to be used for that anymore. And Crafting Kitty's daughter Ragtime has come to join us. Hello, Rags. Yeah. Oops. Ragtime doesn't want to be on camera. She left. Hi, Rags. Yeah, that was Crafting Kitty's daughter, so if you watched my other videos and remember Crafting Kitty, that's her daughter Ragtime. Came to see us. So anyway, if you're going to use scrapbook paper, you're probably going to want a paper cutter of some time, or just your, some type, or just your scissors. That'll work fine too. We're probably going to be using stuff like paintbrushes, whatever you use in your miniature settings. If you get into miniature rooms, dollhouses, that kind of stuff, whatever you use, that's good. And probably a pair of pliers. I had to open my E6000, and these aren't really the best because they're the needle nose pliers, but a pair of pliers and pliers to take the little metal things out of your frame to get it ready. And I have a clamp. I got it with a tool set I bought. I bought a set for my house because every time there's tools, they seem to disappear, so I bought a set specifically for the house. I think it cost me $10. I got all kinds of stuff, and there were a couple of these little clamps, so I use them. Or just anything, that you can use, even if you gotta put your, once we start gluing the frames, I don't know, maybe you don't have clamps, just stick them up against a wall, put something tight against it, and so it can't move, and it glues pretty quick. I do recommend letting the glue dry for 24 hours like it says. But anyway, that's what we're going to use, and I think it's going to be, I know it's going to be a really fun project. I think you're really going to like it, and I hope you will join me in creating this. I was digging in my purse. I brought home something from work the other day. I do this. They'd ordered pizza. Oh, here we go. They'd ordered pizza, and this was obviously in the pizza, to keep the box lid up, and it was someone had tossed it into the garbage, and it was like right up on top. So I picked it out because I like mid-century modern, and since it was all about geometrics and that, how cute would this be for a little side table? Cannot wait to see, to figure out what I'm really going to do with it and make it into a little side table. So yeah, it was just being thrown out, and you get them in pizzas all the time, so why not? Oh, excuse me. Anyway, that's about it, and sorry, bumped the tripod. As you know, if you've been watching my channel at all, I work at a job where I work 4 10-hour days a week. I have a rotating schedule, so I don't always have the same days off every week, but I will attempt to get this project going and try to get the videos up as quick as I can. I happen to have today off. I'll work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm really busy Thursday, but I'm not doing anything Friday, so hopefully the second video in the series will be on Friday. And this is going to take a few videos. I wish it wasn't going to, but It's just going to have to be that way because it's an in-depth project. And if I want it to turn out really nice and really, you know, be able to inspire you to create one, I need to take the time. So I'm sorry about multiple videos and spaced out, probably one a week is what I'm hoping for right now, just because of my work schedule and other things going on in my life. But I really hope you will join me on this adventure, because I promise you the outcome is going to be awesome. So anyway, with that said, we're waiting for it to rain and or possibly snow here. It's, you know, tomorrow's the 1st of May, but this is South Dakota, and it's, yeah, not good. So we're waiting to see if it happens to be a possible winter storm. Like, who wants to think about that when it's May, the flowers are coming up, and you want to get out there and get your garden in and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's not very much fun around here, but hopefully they've knocked it down to winter weather advisory. It's not running as long as it was supposed to, but that's the Weather Channel. The local channels are saying something different. You never know, right? Anyway, I am gonna, I think, sign off here, but I hope that you will all, if you enjoy miniatures or just, you know, like doing small things for your craft projects, other types, I'm sure that, I'm positive there will be some things in here that just about for every type of crafter. So with that, I will leave you. Thank you very much for joining me, and everyone have a great work week. Bye-bye.